the release of very, very disappointing consumer sentiment, and also the increase in forward inflation expectation rates has been very, very well received by the crypto market. We can see over the day things have turned double-digit green. Yesterday it was double-digit red. This is very important to understand. That's why we're always looking for opportunities inside the market. And there's a lot of opportunities that we can get into each and every day. Just keep that opportunity mindset. Looking at the crypto market, we can see that over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is starting to turn around. It's starting to gather positive momentum. This, of course, is bleeding into all the alts. If you want to know why the alts are turning green, just look at Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is turning double-digit red, you can know that the alts are doing the same thing. It's very important to understand and to track Bitcoin. In fact, it's vital. Moreover, I will prove it to you. One thing, it doesn't matter what particular project you're in. What you will see all the time, Bitcoin leads the charge. It's a very, very important concept, and I'm going to prove that out to you today because it's crypto day. There are rules in all aspects of our lives, and especially inside financial markets. One of the most important things that you can ever learn, Bitcoin controls the crypto market. We don't have to like the rule, but it's a rule. We at least have to know it. When looking at Bitcoin like this, without Stanfield zones or SCs, what do we see? We can see the price is starting to cut over a resistance level. Bitcoin is currently trading at $26,710. But where is the objective dynamic market structure inside Bitcoin's price history? Today we're going to dive a little bit more into conventional TA. A conventional technical analyst would say, okay, where is the resistance? Short term, albeit definitely. But they would say, oh, this is the most important line here because price just confirmed it so many times. And what about here? Oh, this is definitely another one. And what about here? Yes, price went along there, dipped down, fake out before the breakout. And they will say, yeah, you can see this line is confirming this line. But what is this time period? This specific time period is 2.5 days. Well, that's not a lot of time, is it? Okay, so how do we actually tell true support and true resistance inside a market? We must use objective dynamic market structure, or ODMS. How do we do that? It's through the CTKS method, the world's most powerful smart money buy and sell level detection system. After more than 30 years inside financial markets, one thing is very, very clear. If you use recent indicative price, you're going to RIP your money. What do I mean by that? We know that Bitcoin has been trading since 2009. It just wasn't developed 2 days ago. The real support and resistance marked up with this CTKS method actually showed what price action did. It came down to a smart money buy level around the 25,920 mark. It tapped it and then went up to the next smart money sell level. It's trying to reconfirm. A lot of retail investors would think that there's been a rejection of price. Not so. The true support level is underneath this one. When you're looking at years and years of price history, you can't look at just a couple of days and say, oh yes, this is it. It just doesn't work. And if you do it, you will RIP your money. Let's have a little bit more of a look here. What about this area? There is no resistance up here. What about this area? This is the previous high from this particular price action. The real resistance is between this band around 27,903 up to about 28,179. A lot of people would think this is resistance. The real resistance was there. By the time price gets to here, it's already above resistance. Potentially, it could have come back and retested and reconfirmed this area as support. You can see this is just a very, very small example of how you don't want to use recent indicative price. With that in mind, let's just get rid of that normal TA. You'll find it very, very misleading, especially inside crypto. Crypto has exponential price increases and decreases. In crypto, you're looking for safety nets and ceilings. What do I mean, a safety net? Well, you can see this smart money sell area was not penetrated. What does it mean? When the price comes down, it typically reconfirms. When it reconfirms but can't hold it, it's moving down to the next smart money buy area. If it can't hold this, and it generally retests, you can see it happens all the time. It's generally moving down to the next smart money buy area. If it's rejected, it doesn't go down lower, but it just powers on. It's going to the next smart money buy area. What does this mean for Bitcoin's current price? If this particular level confirms, it means with positive momentum, we're heading back into the 27,970 area. If it doesn't confirm, we're heading back into around the 25,934 level. Just keep these things in mind. Could the buyers and the sellers short-circuit each other around here? Yes, they could. We could consolidate along this level. You've seen that consolidation type action occur in the past. So just be aware, consolidation is a real thing. It's where the buyers and the sellers are trying to outmatch each other, but they just can't do it. Yesterday, we talked about buy on red. We can see that the market has turned relatively green because when we buy on red and sell on green, we do very, very well. You get on the wrong side of the trade, but on the right side of the percentage. It's what all professionals do, but you must know what you're doing. Here we're looking at relativity analysis. We want to understand what and how do particular cryptos interact with Bitcoin's gravity. Why is this important? It doesn't matter what you're trading or investing in inside the crypto market. If you don't know how Bitcoin is moving, you're missing out on very, very extremely valuable information. You must look at Bitcoin. That should be the first thing that you do every day. Or every time you want to trade or invest. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is just following Bitcoin's gravity, but we can see it's stronger. What about BNB? It's starting to get stronger as well. This is exactly what we want to see in terms of the market. We can see that XRP had a really good spike. It was indicating pre-interest in going up. That's a very good thing. You want to keep your eyes on these surges of interest. That's literally called an interest surge. It's a commitment of investors and traders. That's what you want to see, especially when price is coming down. You want to see where price inverts. What about ADA? ADA is looking really good now. Look at that. ADA has become strengthened. When we look each and every day, you want to try and identify particular projects that are going to outperform Bitcoin or potentially even invert it. What about DOGE? DOGE is also doing well. What you will find is that the different alts overextend the gravitational direction of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes down, Solana is coming down. If Bitcoin goes up, Solana is going up. But the beautiful thing with alts, when Bitcoin goes up, they go up way, way more. And the problem with alts, when Bitcoin comes down, it goes down way, way more. This is precisely why you need to look at Bitcoin and to understand where the true levels of support and smart money sell levels are, the resistance are inside the market. What about MATIC? It's starting to show a bit of strength. MATIC has been very, very weak recently. How do we know that MATIC has been weak? When we look at MATIC compared to Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin is down 8.69%, but MATIC is down 14.17%. It's down a lot more. One thing to bear in mind, and we're just really zooming out on price, and we're going all the way back to July of 2022, when a particular project just exponentially takes off, what happens, and this happens in the stock market as well, a very meteoric rise creates a meteoric crash. Or as we know it, sharp angles reflect or reverse. It's just basically this. When price is going up and up and up, there's a lot of exuberance about that particular chart. And I'm calling it a chart because that's what it is. That's how we look at everything through our lens. We don't mind about the projects, we look at the chart because all the news is baked into the chart. What is the news telling us from the chart? Something is happening under MATIC or Polygon's hood inside the engine. This is investor attention. When price goes down, investor attention is leaving that particular project. When do bear markets end? Of course they end when the sellers run out. When do bull markets end? They end when the buyers run out. All price will tend to reflect and reverse if it is a good project. And the top crypto projects are generally good projects. Let's have a quick look at Solana. And you note, Bitcoin is the blue line. Bitcoin is up 28.53%. Solana is down 40%. Why is Solana down? Because it got embroiled with the FTX saga. But what do we notice here? Solana did improve. It's still under Bitcoin's gravity, but it's moving in alignment with it. But the key is, Solana has shown a great degree of strength and determination to hold on to the position it's in. Let's have a deeper look on Solana. Solana is covered by the service, so it's already marked up with the SCs. When we look at price action without that smart money sell and buy levels layered in, it's really hard to know what price is doing. We never fit price to recent indicative price because that would RIP our money. What we actually see with Solana, Solana was trying to hold on to this smart money buy area around the 2111 mark. It didn't manage to do it. There was a fresh air gap. It just fell down and tested around $20, and then it made its way back up to the 21 and then back to the 20, back up to the 21, back down to the 20. It's trying to make its way back up to the 21. It is caught in a range. If we go back a little bit further in time, we could see Solana was around the 2270 mark. It didn't hold on to it. It came down to the 2111 mark, fell down like we were just discussing before. But you notice this smart money buy area has been catching price. If price can't get through a smart money sell area, it's headed down towards the next smart money buy area. If the momentum is too great, it will be pushed down to the next smart money buy area and then will reflect at some stage to the next smart money sell area directly above it. If it gets sufficient strength, it's going up to the next one. You can see how this gives so much certainty on where prices are going. These smart money sell levels and smart money buy areas are very, very important to understand. If you don't know where the true structural resistance and true structural support is inside the market through ODMS, Objective Dynamic Market Structure, you're just trading blind or you're investing blindly. We know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, so it's really important to know where these levels are. Critically, what happens if Solana comes up here and actually touches this smart money sell area? The sellers are there, so it needs to gather as much momentum as possible to break through it. If it can't break through it, it could find itself going down or at least consolidating. Buyers have to come in. They have to be drawn in by price going up. If we're looking at a positive case, we may see something like this. Don't forget that Solana can move very, very quickly through these open air spaces. Just like it decayed very quickly here, it can spike up very, very quickly on the opposite side. What about if we consider a more negative case? If Solana can't hold this particular buying pressure, if the sellers come in, and we'll see either negative air below this smart money sell area, or it will make its way up. But let's say that it doesn't make its way up. We know all price moves in a wave, and we would expect Solana to come back and at least test around this $20-odd mark if we've got bearish negative momentum. And this is a very conservative case because Solana could actually lose that and come down to the 1943 level. Just keep your eyes on these levels. They're absolute game changers. What happens if the buyers and the sellers stalemate each other? We could see price just range bound, just moving in a range like this. The closer it gets into this smart money sell area, the more positive momentum we could see. And this is very important to contextualize all the tier 1 charts. For example, the DXY. If you don't know what the DXY is doing, what the 10-year yield is doing, and you're just looking at Solana, that's not the best thing to do, because the DXY will impact everything. Looking at the greatest gainers, we can see Pepe doing Pepe things, followed by LDO, FXS, Optimism, Arbitrum, Kava, and Lunacy. Looking at the greatest losers over the past 24 hours, TON, HT, Cake, Conflux, XTC, Gate Token, and Wrapped Bitcoin. It's really wrapped to be Bitcoin. You might remember yesterday that I was saying it's a really good idea to buy on red. How did you feel about that particular concept, buy on red? It's really difficult to do because people want to see their money going up. They're attracted to the green. The green is where we're selling, the red is where we're buying. But buying on red and selling on green doesn't necessarily mean we would sell right now. You have to be aware of where the SLs are. SLs create SCs. No matter what you do, please make sure you're looking at your tier 1 charts all the time. You need to get a really good feeling of how they're impacting the market, and they do impact every single market. If you're in commodities, your tier 1 charts will be impacting commodities. If you're in crypto, they're impacting crypto. If you're in Forex, they're impacting Forex. And if you're in the stock market, of course, they're impacting the stock market and indices. No matter what you do, you must know the levels on your tier 1 charts. In 11 days, the CTKS channel will celebrate its 2-year anniversary. It's time to really shake things up. I would really like you to tell me inside the comments, what would you like to see more of on the channel? What particular topics are relevant to you? Do you want to see more information on Forex or the stock market or commodities or crypto? What topics would you like me to cover off? Please let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward to rejuvenating this channel, just pushing it to new and greater heights. And our focus, Kate and I's focus, is on whatever is the most valuable for you to understand and to know all about. That means that we could go in a completely different direction after the anniversary date. But that's okay. Anything that helps you out is why Kate and I do this 7 days a week. Anything that you would like to share would be very, very much appreciated. Have a fantastic weekend ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.